Hi. Aloha. Yeah, so we saw this movie in English class last week, and it was called State of Play, and we were thinking, who wouldn't have Hijoshima to analyze and have a kind of a review of the movie? So, because we're top bloggers, you know. So, the film is based on a British TV miniseries with the same name, and is starring famous actors like Ben Affleck, Russell Crowe, and Rachel McAdams. So, would you start with the plot, maybe?
Of course. Yeah. State of Play is about the top reporter called Cal McCaffrey, who is writing for the Washington Globe. He's assigned the task of investigating the murder of a criminal and the attempted murder on a witness who is just passing by. A short time later, a young woman dies in what seems to be a subway accident. It all happens in a blind spot in the underground where there suspiciously are no security cameras covering that area. As the story goes on, we find out that the young woman, whose name is Sonia Baker, was actually a political researcher for the Democrat Stephen Collins, and that they were having an affair. Along with being a well-respected congressman, Stephen is also Cal McCaffrey's former college roommate, and both as a friend and journalist, Cal takes on the challenge of investigating Collins and works alongside fellow reporter Della Fry. Cal is naturally very determined, and he is willing to do anything to figure out what happened to Sonia Baker. Soon, both Cal and Della discover that they are getting dragged into a cover-up of exceptional proportions and a game where life, love, and billions of dollars are at stake. Towards the end of the film, we find out that the three murders from the beginning are all actually connected in some way.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good mystery movie.
It is, it really is.
Awesome.
And then there are three main characters in the film.
Yeah, and I can take the first one.
Yeah.
His name is Cal McCaffrey, and he's an investigative news reporter for the paper The Washington Globe. He is an old school journalist and does still have faith in a newspaper you can hold in your hands, rather than what you find on the internet. In addition to this, he is also a man with a lot of contacts who offer him ground-level information in the cases he is working on. As a person, he is caring and wants to help his old friend in need, no matter what the consequences may be. At the same time, he is quite determined. He won't give up until he's got all figured out. He is dedicated to his work, and this leaves no little time for grooming, which may be the reason for his always greasy long hair.
Wow.
Yeah. He's quite a type.
Yeah.
And there was also this girl involved.
Yes, her name is Della Fry, and she is a young and newly hired journalist for the newspaper's blog. It's a political blog where she posts whatever she reads on the web without even checking the facts first. She believes the gossip angle on the news is the same thing as reporting it. This changes throughout the movie though, because when she has to work with Cal, he teaches her how to be a real reporter and how to value honest, investigative journalism. She comes off as kind of a snobby and insecure woman, but as the story progresses, we see that she actually develops into a brave investigative journalist searching only fully the truth.
Yeah, so she changes as a person.
Yeah, she really does.
Cool.
Last but not least, I think we have one main character left.
Yeah, Stephen Collins.
Yes.
Stephen Collins is a young congressman who is climbing the ladder of power with great speed. And he's married to Anne Collins, but is having an affair with his researcher, Sonia Baker, who is later found dead. So, it's quite dramatic, yeah. He's quite persuasive and good with words, and to him, reputation is everything. At the end of the movie, Cal McCaffrey sees beyond all of Stephen's lies and figures out the truth. Stephen had actually hired an ex-military to spy on Sonia Baker for him, and after he killed her, Stephen went along with Cal's theory to blame the murder on Point Corp. This reveals that he was not only the mastermind behind it all, but he also showed his true colors by using Cal's friendship to get away with it.
Ooh.
So he's the bad guy here.
That's really bad.
Befriends everybody.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to themes, we found several that were relevant, didn't we? Yeah.
Mm.
First of all, we think one of the main themes may be the traditional journalism versus the new media. How the internet has changed the written world, and the issue of newspapers fighting to stay alive in this era. Journalism has over the years been replaced by gossip about either celebrities or the government, which is shown in some places in the film. For instance, in the film it appears that the people who read the news are more interested in Stephen's affair with Sonia and his dissolving marriage, rather than the political issues that occur throughout the plot.
Yeah, and other themes that we found appropriate was the insidious power of a corporation and how both corporations and newspapers function in the modern world. In the film, it is clear that the members of the military contractor Point Corp have been abusing their own authority and control. Point Corp is more or less a trusted service that no one thought had anything to do with the murders to begin with. However, when they later are exposed for planning a spy on Stephen's staff, it is obvious that they have taken advantage of the people's trust and misused their own power.
Also, we cannot forget how much of an impact the media has on the world today. That if you're a person of importance, your reputation might be ruined by what journalists write about you or what rumors they spread on the internet. In the movie, we see how this also affects politics. It also allows the journalists to use controversial methods to get their hands on the information they need, such as bribes, spying, and recording. Cal's investigation demonstrates through the resourcefulness and zeal of his every move how vital the old-fashioned process of newspaper reporting really is. Yeah, so it's brutal.
And last but not least, we have our own personal opinion of the movie.
What we think about it.
And to be honest, we're not sure if we like this movie or not, although it is a good movie with a lot of great actors and interesting themes. This film actually makes people aware of something we might not know or think of today, and enlightens dark areas in both politics and journalism.
With that being said, it contained many plot twists which could be confusing from time to time. We sometimes felt like there was too much happening and a lot of things to keep in mind, but overall we enjoyed it and would recommend it to others who like mystery and suspense.
Yes.
Yay!
Hijoshima out! Ska jag trycka på något?
Nej. Jo, du rekord.
Vadå? Se om det funkar. Kind of
Sounds...
Det är kuggesnocken
Nej,
nå.
okay. There were...
There was.
Yeah.
Okay. Tänk om det är lite eller?
Drit i det.
Okay.
Yeah, we also...
Vänta.
Did we have...
Vänta. Til sånn.
The issue of newspaper fighting to what? Of newspapers fighting to stay alive in this era. Era.
Area.
Era.
Area.
Area, det er jo sånn område.
Ja, er det ikke det?
Jeg skal ha era this...